All right, what is going on, everybody? Today I have some exciting news, at least I find it exciting. I can't believe I'm making this video in 2022. I expected it to be a bit longer, whether that be 6 months, a year, or even longer. But as you can see, I just bought a Ferrari, and not just any Ferrari. It's pretty much my dream spec for a 458 Italia, and I can't believe that I actually own this car after these years of hard work and patience and sacrifice to make this dream a reality. I think part of me always thought that it would always just be a dream and that I wouldn't actually obtain, but here we are at 39 years old and I bought my first Ferrari, and I can't believe it. I'm in complete disbelief, and at the same time, absolutely love it and can't be more thankful for the situation that I'm in and being able to afford such an amazing car like this. So today's video, we're gonna be going over basically how the process went for finding the car and getting the car. Unfortunately, I wanted to do this video out on the road in the car, but right now we're in the middle of a series of storms and we just got done with about 2 inches of rainfall, and yeah, I wasn't gonna be taking that car out in that weather. So here we are in here in the garage talking about it instead, but don't worry, we're gonna have plenty of opportunity in the near future to get this car out and share with you just how incredible this car actually is. And also in today's video, we're gonna be giving you some other updates. There's a lot of things going on now here at the channel for 2023, and it's gonna be an exciting year, I think. So for starters, I've been going to Ferrari of San Francisco for a little over 3 years now, talking with Jeff Harley there. So if anybody out there is in the market for a Ferrari, new or used, in the area or even out of the area, I definitely recommend you reach out to Jeff Harley over there at Ferrari of San Francisco, because the customer service I got from him was seriously second to none, and I can't thank him enough for everything that he's done over the years to help educate me and get me ready for my first purchase, and then the actual purchase process of this car. When I went in there 3 years ago for the first time, I was originally expecting to be there for about 10 minutes. I had a couple of questions about base F430s, and we ended up being there for like an hour and a half, just talking about Ferraris, the different models, and it was an amazing experience. And since then, I've gone in about every 4 to 6 months or so to talk to him about different things, about the cars, and look at a couple of different cars. And here we are now, fast forward, and he found the perfect car. I originally wanted a base F430. I wanted a gated car, and the prices on those just went through the roof. And so that wasn't gonna happen. So I thought about doing a conversion, but then at the same time, when I bought a Ferrari, at least my first Ferrari, I didn't want a project car. So that went out the window. So I started thinking about getting a 430 Scuderia, and about a year and a half ago, I looked at one at Ferrari of San Francisco that would have been pretty close to probably the best that he could have done there as a used Scuderia, but it was black instead of yellow, and the timing just wasn't right, so I missed out on that one. And now, a year and a half later, prices on 430 Scuderias have increased about $150,000, and finding one that is in this kind of a condition, an option like this, you're gonna spend north of 300 grand for it. It's unbelievable what they've done in the last year and a half for the price on those. So that was definitely out of the question at this point. And so about 6-8 months ago, I started shifting my focus to the 458 or a 488 GTB. And I told Jeff, I said my dream spec was gonna be a Giallo 458 with black interior and the race carbon seats. Ideally with a front end lift, because my driveway here is definitely a bit of an incline and I have some challenges getting the Viper in and out. And he said that was gonna be a tall order, and I figured it would be, but I figured if anybody could find it, it would be him. I also wanted to make sure, because of being my first Ferrari, I wanted to buy it from the dealership. I wanted to have that experience. And just the last couple of years working with Jeff, just being educated more on the vehicles and stuff, I wanted to buy a car from him, just because he's been so great to us. And then of course, I also wanted the peace of mind of getting a certified pre-owned, having gone through an inspection, have all the service history, and then also potentially getting warranty with it. And so literally the beginning of November, I got a phone call from Jeff saying that he couldn't believe it, but he found my dream Ferrari. And so he sent me the link. and I looked at it and it was pretty close. And there was a couple of things that I thought was gonna be, after I saw it in person, I wasn't gonna want the car. Mainly it was missing the Scuderia shields on the fenders, and then it didn't have the shift light in the steering wheel. Now, not that I need the shift light in the steering wheel. I've been driving manual cars for decades at this point, but it was just a novelty that I wanted, and this car didn't have it. But we went in to look at it anyways, and we go in there and we go onto the showroom where it's at, and I see the car and I just instantly fell in love with it. And the car was absolutely gorgeous. It was a certified one owner car, bought brand new from Ferrari of San Francisco, and had all of its service records since new. It was just in immaculate condition. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't pass it up. It was just such an amazing car, and it checked all the other boxes. I mean, being a 2012 certified pre-owned, went through the inspection process. It's got a 2-year warranty on it right now. I believe I can extend that out for a total of 5 years from today. And so I'm gonna have that peace of mind. Granted, everyone does say that the 458 is pretty bulletproof, knock on wood. But we have that warranty on it now for the next few years regardless. And on top of that, I'm looking at this car and the way it's been spec'd out. The owner who ordered this car new really put some time and thought into what options they got on it. And everything just ties in really nicely together. It flows really nicely together. And in addition to being the yellow with the black interior with the black race seats, it actually has the front end lift option, which was really rare for the 458. And so getting in and out of the driveway in this thing is super easy. It's probably one of the easiest I've got because the lift system raises the front end of the car about 2 inches. And so that works out really well. And so far, I put less than a couple hundred miles on it driving it home, and everything so far about the car has just been amazing. It has exceeded all of my expectations. It's been absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to take this out and share it with all of you in future videos. And so when we left that initial day that we went and looked at it, we didn't buy it then. We didn't commit to buying it. I needed to figure some things out, get the money pulled together for the down payment and stuff, get financing lined up. And so the car went to service to finish the inspection process and everything, get all ready. And then the week of Thanksgiving, I called Jeff and I was like, all right, what do I need to do to possibly secure the vehicle for purchase? And first thing we had to do was go ahead and get the financing lined up. So that's what we went ahead and did the credit app and everything like that, got all that squared away, and went in on Black Friday of all days and did all the paperwork and bought the Ferrari. And I just couldn't believe it. It was just absolutely amazing. Again, I can't thank Jeff and the team at Ferrari of San Francisco enough for all their hospitality and their professionalism and just how the process went, because it was so simple and streamlined. I couldn't believe it. It was one of the easiest car purchases I've ever done. And so I wasn't able to take delivery of it on Black Friday. It was still up at service getting everything buttoned up. They needed to adjust the driver's seat height for me because it does have the race seats. You can't adjust the height from levers or anything like that. It actually has to be physically unbolted out of the car, and then the rails have to be unbolted from the seat and make the adjustment that way. So they went ahead and were taking care of that for me. And then of course, with the series of storms we've been getting, we're trying to find a break in the weather so I can go down and pick it up. And finally, this past Wednesday, I was able to go down and pick up the car and bring it home. And I'm just absolutely elated. This has been a childhood dream, and it's such a phenomenal car, and I'm just absolutely in love with it. And again, insanely grateful for the opportunities I've had to be able to, that have led me up to this point. And so going forward, we're gonna have a lot of video content for you guys with this. I know it's definitely a departure from my normal with the Mopars, but there has been some exotic stuff and some Ferrari content in the past couple of years from the events that we've gone to. So unlike what you get from like Daily Driven Exotics, where they're tire slayers and stuff out burning up tires and destroying these cars, or Stradman who goes through and Liberty walks everything, we're not gonna have any of that on here. We're gonna be focusing more on the appreciation of just how special this car is. The 458 Italia is the last of the naturally aspirated V8 mid-engine architecture vehicles from Ferrari. It's also the last car to carry the Pininfarina badge on it from a design standpoint. So there's a lot of really amazing things about this car, and the condition and CPO test of this car really add to that. And so we'll be going through all of that in the future. We'll definitely be going through giving you a full review of the car, as well as taking you on some of the adventures I take that car on. So look forward to that in 2023. It's gonna be a wild ride. If you had asked me at the beginning of 22 for the end of the year, I thought I was gonna be buying a Ferrari, I definitely wouldn't have thought it was in the cards. This year's definitely taken some turns that I didn't expect, some negative, some positive. And so we'll get into those later. If you follow the channel, you know earlier this year that I did leave one company and go back to another. And so that has made this all possible, as well, of course, with the support of my family, because without their support, going through and making purchases like this probably wouldn't be in the cards either. And so we've got a lot of other things in store for 2023 as well. So you're not gonna wanna miss that out, or miss out on that. We're still waiting on our new tow vehicle to show up. The vehicle is finished, it's done. We're just waiting for it to get shipped out and sent to the dealership. So stay tuned for that. We should have a video reveal on that here in the next however long it takes for them to get the vehicle shipped out. I mean, we've been waiting for it for 6 weeks already since it was completed at the point of making this video. And right now we don't have an estimate on when it's going to ship out. So that's unfortunate, but I mean, it's just the sign of the environment we're in right now. But it is coming, and I think you're gonna be really excited about that as well. It's a pretty unique tow vehicle, and I'm really excited for it. The wife's really excited about it too, of course, because it's gonna be her new daily. And then on top of that, we're gonna be doing a whole slew of events next year and stuff. I do still need to finish up a couple of projects on the Challenger. Having my daughter around has definitely taken up a lot of my free time for wrenching on cars, but I will get those last remaining projects buttoned up on that. Unfortunately, some of the other projects I was planning on doing in the next couple of months, like the engine build for the Stage 3 Turbo for the SRT4, as well as getting started on the CUDA project, those are definitely going to be on hold for right now because I spent all of my money on the Ferrari. So we'll get those done eventually. Of course, unfortunately, it's just gonna be a bit longer than I originally anticipated. Something else I'm excited about that I've been working on the last couple of months, I was hoping to have launched before the holiday season, but again, just time constraints, I just haven't been able to finish it up, is if you've noticed in some of my videos, I've been wearing new shirts and hats that have a Life at Speed logos on them. So we will be launching a Life at Speed website where you can go ahead and purchase shirts, hats, sweatshirts, things of that nature. So look for that coming in the coming months. Once that goes live, I will go ahead and make a video on that, announcing that. So that's something I'm very excited about. Being able to create logoed merchandise that has my brand on it, that stuff that I'm proud to represent. I'm really excited for that opportunity and be able to bring that to all of you as well. So hopefully I produce some quality stuff that you guys like. Of course, the other thing I'm sure it's all in your minds is getting the Viper fixed. I was all set to send the car out and have it done, and now that's definitely on hold as well, because again, all the money went into the Ferrari instead. But we are keeping it. It's not going anywhere. It's just gonna be a while longer before I go ahead and get the engine done. So we'll see how long that takes. I'm not sure. The other big negative though from this is, in order to help cover the cost of this, I am selling the property that I was gonna build a shop on. So that's currently, we're in the works on getting that sold. Just can't have everything, and it was either selling the Viper or selling the property to get the Ferrari. And at this point, it just made more sense to go ahead and sell the property than it did to sell the Viper. And so I think overall, I think you guys will be happier to see the Viper stick around versus being sold anyways. So we'll get up with a shop later down the road because I'm definitely running out of space. I think I can cram one more lift in here so I can get one more car in here. We'll see how that goes in the future. I've got to clean up the garage some more and reorganization, but I think we can cram one more in here. So we'll see how that goes in the future as well. So that's it today. That is the update. It's a pretty monumental update that I'm so thankful for and just really excited for, because it's a huge milestone. It's been a childhood dream, as I mentioned, and I can't believe it's a reality. So on that note, guys, let me know in the comments what you think, and if there's anything you'd like to see me do with the car. I can tell you right now, things like Liberty Walk kits and turbo kits and all that stuff, wraps, that's completely out the window. But if you want to see me go to any types of events or anything you want to know about the car, let me know in the comment section below, because I read all of your comments. And on that note, guys, I will see you in the next video.